And we know the holidays can be hard for people dealing with depression, grief, and anxiety. The Eustress Inc. is a nonprofit working to help people who are struggling. My colleague Brittney Johnson talked to its founder about the challenges this time of year.
Hey there, I'm with Rashawn Miller with Eustress Inc. and you're encouraging us, all year long to check on the people around us. But when we think about our mental health during the holidays, what is it about this time of year that should push us to maybe do that even more?
Well, one thing we have to really focus on individuals who may be alone during this time of year. They may be grieving someone that they lost, but then it could be something, even a pet. And during this time of the year, people want to be with their loved ones and they may not be around. So we have to check on them to make sure that they're okay too. It could be just as simple as giving them a phone call, sending them a Christmas card, or go spending time with them, or invite them over to your family's house.
What is it about the holidays? Is it that you're seeing families together? Is it the memories? What are some of those sort of trigger points that we should be looking out for?
It could be all of those things, but then also, when we're watching TV, we're seeing a lot of different family movies, and also understanding that everyone is in the hustle and bustle of wanting to be with their family members, but then they get lost in that shuffle. And sometimes it makes those memories come up, or some people may not have had good experiences during these holidays times, so they may not like holidays, period. So we also have to consider those things and then see if we can bring some joy to them as well.
Okay, that's when you're maybe checking on someone else, but what about yourself? I think about people who may not recognize that this is sort of a tough time for them. What should we be looking out for within our own behaviors?
Within our own behaviors, we also got to realize that sometimes we get stressed out of buying gifts or financial times and those crunches, but then also understanding when do we feel exhausted during these time periods. Also, as we get into the holidays period, we tend to eat more. So how those things affect our bodies. Even when we're dealing with family members, sometimes we don't necessarily deal well with a lot of family.
Sure.
So you got to create those boundaries with them as well.
Okay, you mentioned eating, and not just like the regular Christmas cookies
Right,
that are all around us, but perhaps it's a sign that something more is going on. What about solutions? What are the sort of things? You mentioned that if you're checking on someone else, you might want to invite them to spend the holidays with your loved ones, but what are some of the things that we can do for self-care?
For self-care, making sure that you understand how do you interact with certain members of your family members. Also making sure that you create those boundaries with them. You don't have to go to your family's house and spend all day. You can, set a time period. I'm going to be there from 1 to 3, or, still incorporate those times for yourself. And then understanding, a lot of times people want to ask these invasive questions when you're at the dinner table.
Sure.
Understanding you can say no.
Okay.
And it's okay to say no.
Okay. So be willing to set boundaries, but also keep an eye out for different behaviors. The people around you may not be feeling so bright during a season when we're typically expected to do so. We've got a mental health special that's coming up, Charlotte's Hidden Crisis. Rashawn, you work with people here in this community. What would you say about the need for everyone to dig in deeper into this issue?
We have to realize that it impacts everybody. From whether you're dealing with a mental health challenge directly or indirectly, whether it be your family members or individuals that you may see in the street. We have to actually be able to recognize these symptoms and just be a neighbor and actually lend a helping hand, asking someone, how are you doing? How can I help you? That goes from the people we may see in the store to the people we see in the schools.
Well, we appreciate you being here with us, helping us navigate this process with people at home. Our special, Charlotte's Hidden Crisis, is going to be at 7 o'clock on Thursday. We know you'll be here. We hope you all will tune in to get more resources to help you or someone you may know.
And Eustress Inc. is working to reach people who have trouble accessing mental health care. Their website has resources, including a free stress tracker that you can download. This is at eustressinc.org. We hope you'll join us for that special program Brittney just mentioned, focused on mental health and connecting you with the resources to get help. Charlotte's Hidden Crisis, live this Thursday, 7 o'clock on Channel 9.